Guys, how's it going? It's our week 4 on DraftKings. NFL DFS is here, and I'm going to talk about my top running backs on the slate. Well, they're not in any particular order. These are more the things that we look at. I try to identify the 5-box running backs who are playing at home, are favored, have an expectation of 20 plus touches, get inside the 5 usage, and are involved in the passing game. That is what I look for, because each one of those things individually provides you with, historically, we've back tested this a ton, provides you with a fantasy points scored well over expectation individually. When you couple all 5 of them together, when you group them together, it provides you with knowledge of who the best running backs in the slate are. And not all of them end up being really high percentage plays in tournaments. So you can find ways to be contrarian, whether it's because of pricing, whether it's because of just awkwardness, whether because there's value somewhere else that people are going towards, to allow you to be contrarian in a really, really smart way. So this video is one that I really love doing every single week, and hopefully it helps you. So let's go.
He's a legend.
The Smiz Gang Listener League for week 4 is already posted. You can go to smizzle.tv/links. That link is in 2 places on this video. You can type it into your URL. You can go down to the pinned comment down below. It's right there, smizzle.tv/links. Or you can click show more in the description, and it's in there as well, smizzle.tv/links. It has the link to the Listener League and literally everything else I do. The Twitch stream, you can go drop a follow over there. Instagram, make sure that you join the Discord, especially if you're a channel member here on the YouTube page. You get special access to all the VIP rooms, and that's where I hang out every Sunday to watch the games, as well as our 6,000 member strong community that exists in those VIP rooms. So make sure that you do all that. Click everything on the link tree, and make sure that you get into this Listener League, because it's already got 1,000 people. It's tracking ahead of where it was before. 4,500 entries, $10 to enter, absolutely no rake. The best tournament that exists on DraftKings, and I would not be shocked if it filled early again this week. So make sure that you get in there and get your entries in. Do not get locked out. Jonathan Taylor is my first 5-box running back on the week, playing at home and favored. His price is a bit restrictive in this spot. Tennessee is giving up points in chunks to opposing running backs. I understand that Taylor has not had a monstrous day. He had 30 points in week 1 against Houston, but like, he has not had that day that has defined a slate, because a lot of players had big days in week 1. Week 1 was a really high scoring week. And then all the running backs have looked bad in 2 straight down weeks. This is one of the things that we talk about on this channel. As performance goes down, but metrics stay the same. It's not like his touch count has gone down. He definitely has more usage in the passing game, 13 targets through the last 3 weeks, and is going to be their primary focus when they get inside the 5. So those touchdowns should be coming. They just have not made very many trips in there. Tennessee's defense should allow that to happen a little bit more often this weekend. So a big game does project to be in store for Jonathan Taylor this week, but you got to pay up to get him at 8,800. Next on the list, I have Jamal Williams in this slot. Jamal Williams has a ton of inside the 5 usage. That was with DeAndre Swift there. Now DeAndre Swift is out, and in the first game that he kind of left early with that shoulder injury this week, we got 20 carries and 2 targets in the passing game. All of the passing game usage had previously gone to DeAndre Swift. I believe that Jamal Williams is going to take over the bell cow role in this offense, because it's not going to be split in the same manner that it was before. Williams should keep all of his usage that he was getting, which the previous 2 games, 12 attempts and 11 attempts. They will probably use a secondary back, because they're not going to give him 100% of the snaps, but expecting 65 to 70% of the snaps and touches at running back going to Jamal Williams, who has shown in his career to be extremely adept in the passing game, and a team that is definitely willing to throw the ball to their running backs with all of those end zone and inside the 5 usage. 6.5 point favorites. Yeah, guys, the Detroit Lions are 6.5 point favorites here in week 4 at home against Seattle, who has hemorrhaged points to opposing running backs, both through the air. They gave up like 84 targets to the Broncos that game on week 1. Jamal Williams could exit this game with like 25 opportunities, maybe 5-6 targets included in those 25 opportunities. And they are projected to score one of the highest implied team totals on the slate is the Detroit Lions. I think a lot of people are going to go towards Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Plenty of people are going to be on Jamal Williams at 6,100 as well. The Lions will be extremely popular, which is a really weird thing to say in daily fantasy, because I've been in this game for 10 years, and aside from like Calvin Johnson, it's just weird. But here we are. It's 2022. Nothing's weird anymore. Go check out the Smizzle Fantasy Football channel. If you wanted to see my recap video, I also put out like 5-6 other videos on that channel, from quarterback, wide receiver, running back rankings to the DraftKings Rainmakers video that comes out every Tuesday. The week 3 recap is already up on the channel if you wanted to see how everything went from last week, as well as the top 10 finishers in the listener league. Get shouted on that. smizzle.tv/ff. That link will be down below in the pinned comment as well. Go sub over there. Tons of videos in addition to everything that we do here on the main channel. The next running back is Saquon Barkley. Saquon is back. If you watch that Island game, this Giants offense can be anemic, but 125 scrimmage yards and ample usage in the passing game. Busted off a big touchdown run. Big play Saquon is here, and big volume Saquon is also here, and looks like he's here to stay. There is absolutely nobody who has any sort of separation, any sort of separatability, any ability to get open, and maybe that changes if Wan'Dale Robinson and like Kadarius Toney come off of IR, not IR. They come off of like just being scratched for games because they're hurt. They're not on IR, but they are injured. Maybe we'll see more usage in the passing game, or more productive usage of the wide receivers in the passing game. Unfortunately, Sterling Shepard out for the season. I'm not a believer that having good wide receivers hurts a running back. What hurts a running back is 3-and-out drives. So if you have running backs on an offense that has talented wide receivers, if they're continually moving the ball, if they are taking multiple trips to the red zone in every game and inside the 5 in every game because they have talented wide receivers, that only helps running backs. That's a good thing. That's what you want. So the more that this Giants offense can be efficient and effective, the better Saquon Barkley is going to do, because he'll get more snaps. That team will play more plays per game. More plays per game is going to generate more touches for Saquon Barkley, and we want to get as many touches out of Saquon Barkley as we can possibly get. Giants a small favorite here in week 4, at least for what it was this morning when I put this video together. So I like Saquon Barkley. And if you like Saquon Barkley, or if you just like the content, be sure that you boop the snoot on the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, leave me a reply down below with a running back that you're interested in playing in, and let's get to the next guy, who is going to be Najee Harris. Has not seen as much volume this season as he has seen last season, but his volume has been just fine from a normal human being running back perspective. Last year, he saw an inhuman amount of touches and an inhuman amount of snaps. They are spelling him a little bit more this year, but he still projects to see 20 plus opportunities in this game. Targets plus attempts. The targets are way more valuable. The Jets defense is one that we're going to want to attack with running backs with like literally everything. So Harris, even though the quarterback play has been like actually bad from Mitch Trubisky, I'm hoping that they can kind of get on track this week, as the Jets defense can be the cure to all that ails you. And if Harris can find his way into the end zone, as he has done twice already this season, there is touchdown upside here, as well as a volume floor with an efficiency bump going up against the Jets. Our next running back on the list, and our last 5-box running back on the list, and I've got a couple of bonuses for you at the end here, because there's 2 other situations that I need to talk about. They're not 5-box running backs, but there's a reason. So we're going to have to discuss that. So stick around. Christian McCaffrey. I know that they have not given him the usage in the passing game that they did before, but Baker, figure it out. Like, you have to be able to get the ball to this guy, and it can't just be on the ground. In his defense, he has gotten the 100-yard bonus 2 weeks in a row. He is getting us those 20 opportunities. We would rather there be, instead of 4 or 5 targets, we would rather there be like 6 to 10 targets a game with like 15 or 16 carries, because that would lead us back to those Christian McCaffrey 25-point type days. There's no way with the amount of volume that he's gotten that they're going to keep him out of the end zone as often as he's been out, with only 1 touchdown through 3 games. I am buying Christian McCaffrey. I'm buying the salary drop in DFS. If you're playing in a season-long league, I am trying to get him away from somebody who is fed up with him in your season-long league. He's not doing what I thought. I paid too much to get him. You can go get Christian McCaffrey right now. Not a bad idea to go and get Christian McCaffrey right now, because he is going to eat. Speaking of eating, No Kid Hungry provides school breakfast and lunches to food insecure kids across the country. We have a $50,000 goal from the community on this channel, and for every $10,000 that the community raises, I am going to match $10,000. We literally just hit my first match the other day. And there's my $10,000 that I have added to the pot. When we get to $30,000 together, both you and me, I will add another $10,000. Together, we can get to 100K raised for No Kid Hungry. So if you've done well in daily fantasy or rainmakers or sports betting, if you just enjoy the content or have a couple of bucks laying around, every single dollar helps. So go to smizzle.tv/charity. It's also available in the link tree at smizzle.tv/links, and drop a couple bucks on No Kid Hungry and be a part of something that's bigger than the situations that I wanted to talk about. There's two of them. So here's your bonus footage, I guess, right? Like number one, Aaron Jones, but not just Aaron Jones. The Packers are going to want to run the football. That's just their identity this season. They are massive favorites, 11-point favorites at home against the New England Patriots. I don't and cannot project that Aaron Jones is going to get 20 touches, but the touchdown upside here is massive, and the usage upside here is massive, not just for him, but also for A.J. Dillon, who's extremely happy to be here. They've both been included in the passing game. Even A.J. Dillon, who is supposed to be the short yardage pounder, and he has been, when they get close to the goal line, A.J. Dillon is out touching Aaron Jones on inside the 5, inside the 10, and inside the 20 touches. So your touchdown upside guy is A.J. Dillon, and maybe he'll grind out the game if they're up 2 touchdowns in the third and fourth quarters. But Aaron Jones is your primary guy to target in this spot, but is like $1,500 more expensive. So if you wanted to go tournament and wanted to go for the upside value at 6K and bet on multiple touchdowns from an A.J. Dillon, I get it. And if you don't want to afford Aaron Jones, that's fine. I don't know if either of them is going to get to that 20 touches we need on projection, because I think that they're going to try and run it 35 times. And I think that they're going to split it kind of right down the middle, with Dillon getting the higher value inside the 5 touches. And our other situation is the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott looked fine on Monday night. He averaged 5 yards a carry, had a long of 27, 15 carries. They just didn't get inside the 5-yard line all that much. And when they did, they decided to go right back to CeeDee Lamb, and who made a fantastic catch, right? So like they didn't give anybody inside the 5 carries on that Monday night game against the Giants. But Dallas at home and favored against a funnel, and I don't mean funnel like, oh, they're a run funnel, like they don't let you throw it. No, they're actually a funnel. You just go right through them, right? You just pour running backs in and they just shoot out the other side. It's fantastic to just play running backs against Washington. It's what we're going to be doing until that defensive line gets healthy. But Ezekiel Elliott needs those inside the 5 carries to be effective, because he is now basically in a 60-40 split with Tony Pollard, who, as I've said for 2 years now minimum, is the better back. He is the more efficient back. He has the more big play ability. He breaks more tackles. He gets more yards after first contact. And it showed on that 46-yard run last night. 13 carries for him, no targets, like one of them for each guy. I'm probably in this situation. This one is different from that Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon situation. Pollard is the flashier play. Pollard can break a big gain. But as that wide receiver room gets healthier, and it should continue to get healthier, as Gallup was almost ready to play, Noah Brown has done a very good job. CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb. If Dak Prescott is coming back in this game, and then you have the other guys getting healthy, as that offense gets better, if they're the same price, this is not a 7,500 6K position. I would rather be on Ezekiel Elliott, because people are going to flock to Tony Pollard because he had the bigger splashy play this week. So 2 different 5-boxy situations, but neither of them being 5-box situations that I wanted to talk you through on this video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Drop a like. Look out for another one right there.
He's a legend.